and welcome to Game 2 recap as the Rangers get a Game 2 victory, tie up the series. Fuck Carter. It's a good win, but then we're still angry at the end of it because Carter had to be a scumbag
Taste of
at
victory.
the end. But it's good to get a victory. And it
It's
wasn't
great
stressful.
to get a victory. It is great for the Garden faithful, okay, having to endure that shit show that the refs created game 1, okay? The fans stayed there. The stadium was packed the whole time for pretty much a doubleheader of an ice hockey game. And you know what? The Rangers opened up the floodgates tonight, 5-2 victory. And then Jeff Carter at the end, being a cunt that he is, making a stupid run at fucking Shesterkin. I literally hope somebody two-hands him in the face. He loses every tooth in his mouth, and then he chokes on them. Fuck that guy. Such a dirty play. Such a dirty play. Listen, from me, even though I just played men's league ice hockey, high school hockey, you run the goalie, you're getting the shit kicked out of you. You are getting the absolute shit. And this is the problem because you're in the playoffs and you don't want to get suspended for another game. And we both know that the refs are going to be trigger happy with the Rangers. The league doesn't like the Rangers particularly. They're very unfair to the Rangers. Panarin can get his head slammed into the ground repeatedly, and it's a $5,000 fine. If Reeves would have grabbed him and beat the shit out of him, Reeves would have probably lost 3 games. And you're going to see there's going to be no review. He easily could have avoided Shesterkin. He skated right for him, and he obliterated him. If that's not a 1-game minimum by the league for review, for intent to injure, especially in a blowout game, all the signs are there for what that play was. It wasn't an accident. He went for it. He took his opportunity to take out the goalie. That the league needs to look at that. They need to put at least a 1-game on him. Okay. And if that's not going to happen, I want to see some on ice justice. I want to see somebody come up high, little elbow action, take a 5 and 10. It doesn't matter. Throw a high elbow, hurt him bad.
Yeah, it's
because you know what? At this point, now I'm just praying for a Sidney Crosby career ender.
Yeah, and this is on the league too because listen, if the league's not going to police it and not going to suspend him or fine him or whatever, I mean, if they fine him, there's only like $5,000 anyway. But if they don't suspend him, that means the Rangers are coming out on Saturday night and they're going to have to make him pay justice on the ice, as you said. So they need to do something about it. That's a dirty, cheap hit. It's a 3-goal lead.
It's just there's no
very
excuse
late in the
for
game.
It, dude.
Shouldn't be done. Shouldn't happen. And anyone who's saying that, as someone tweeted me, was like, Shesterkin put his leg out, dude.
Oh, please.
He put his fucking shoulders into Shesterkin's chest. And you're going to tell me, oh, Shesterkin shouldn't have done that? You're either a Devils fan or you're a moron.
The puck wasn't even there anymore. There's no reason for Carter to be going that hard at the end of that play anyway.
No.
The puck is gone. He easily could have stopped and avoided the collision, but he didn't. He took his opportunity to take out Shesterkin. It's a dirty, cheap piece of shit play, but what do you expect from the Schittsburg Penguins? Schittsburg in general. Pittsburgh sucks. Pittsburgh is just a bunch of dirtbags. Okay, a city that celebrated a multiple-time accused rapist quarterback. Okay, no, that whole city. Fuck you. You're all pieces of shit. You literally give Philly a run for their fucking money.
All of our viewers that are in Pittsburgh are never going to listen.
Who cares? Wow, who cares? Honestly.
Have you ever been to Pittsburgh? Have you been to Pittsburgh?
No. They're probably at the fucking public library right now if they can get a feed to watch this because they can't even afford fucking computers on their own. The hell with Schittsburg. I don't care anymore.
Oh, God, that is hilarious. That is great.
All 3 people from Pittsburgh are now tuning out.
Yeah, all the people from Pittsburgh. And, you know, it's funny because for how many years have the Pittsburgh Steelers said this before their quarterback came out?
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow. Dude, it's amazing. They celebrate that piece of shit quarterback after multiple accusations. Okay, yeah. Danny Masterson can't be on the ranch anymore because there was accusations 15 years ago. But this guy does it once every other season. Okay, he's the only person to ever get in a motorcycle accident and come out fucking better looking facially. That's it. I'm on a roll. Fuck Pittsburgh. I swear to God, I see somebody in a Penguins uniform tomorrow. It's over.
I will say the reason why I played the Vince clip was because we got a comment from Matt saying play the Vince clip once you mentioned Roethlisberger, which was amazing, and he loved it. So
dude.
That was classic.
Other than that dirt bomb move, okay, the Rangers did everything right tonight. They went wire to wire all 3 periods. They kept the pressure. They got a little lax in the second period, and I think that has to do with the early call against the Rangers. I think it has to do with the fact that you have the ref giving friggin' what's his name, Vetrano an earful on the way back to the bench for giving somebody a face wash after he gets taken, pretty much grappled from behind after a whistle, and he's getting the talking to.
Yeah, It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous, dude. Honestly, after the first period, I would have swore the fix was in, the screw job was going, because it just didn't make sense. The soft calls early are embarrassing, and that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid the call is going to be countless, often soft bullshit calls coming in game 3, especially after what just happened, especially if there's no assessment of a suspension by the league to Carter. You're going to see the refs try to really rein it in, and you can't do that during the playoffs. It's play hockey. You got to get nasty. You got to get gritty. You got to keep throwing the body. And you know what? The Rangers had the Penguins on their heels all night by throwing the body. They were winning the battles up against the boards. The Penguins were shying away from the boards. And every time, especially when the fourth line was out there, especially when Reeves was out there, they were paying the price. And you know what? That's what we needed to see tonight, especially with the loss of Lindgren. I think that was the most apparent with the Crosby goal, with Braun pretty much playing tummy sticks with him as he's coming across. Instead of just freaking bodying him, he's flailing his stick at him and trying to just keep up with him. Dude, just put him on his ass.
Yeah.
Do something. Grab him a little bit.
Yeah, I
Get
agree.
a little physical. Like,
I think
it's ridiculous. You can't let him do that.
And it was nice to see some of the guys bounce back, because we were talking about a recap yesterday of game 1 on our podcast. Catch a Scoreboard Addicts podcast, available on Google, Audible, everywhere podcasts available.
Unless you live in Schittsburg.
Unless you live in Schittsburg. Don't listen to us. You're not going to like this one. But, we saw Pachano. He was the third star tonight. You have Panarin was the first star.
Panarin turned it on, dude.
Turned it on, 2 assists and a goal.
Looking lost 2 nights ago to coming in and coming in hot, dude. And that goal was behind huge. The net is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and that goal was huge for him too to get in there. That was what he gave him the 4-2 lead.
Yeah,
that was huge. Big,
absolutely
big
incredible
booster right
dude,
there.
Again, you have Lafreniere going out there and just throwing the body around, getting involved in every play, skating hard. Literally, he was chugging all night.
Yeah, he was.
He had his head down and just going back and forth all friggin' night. It was excellent to see. The entire team, soup to nuts, played excellent.
Yeah, and Keandre Miller again played a great game. I'm becoming a huge Keandre Miller fan just in these 2 games. I've already liked him before, but I've liked even better this series.
Dude,
so
young kid,
amazing,
and he's starting to learn how to really move bodies and throw his weight around a little bit.
Yeah,
and he's really putting an effect out there.
Yeah, it really is. I think, obviously this game was head and shoulders above what we saw from the first game. Not the first game was terrible for them, just ended up shitty.
Listen, let's call it what it is. The Rangers should be up 2-0 right now.
Yeah, and they just also in the first game they kind of took their foot off the throttle, Yeah. And what we have seen was what they should work on. What I want them to see is that when they have that 2-goal lead or they get a goal, they always give one right back immediately.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, all right, let's work on that a little bit. I mean, look, granted, we got to win, but I'm kind of being like Galan here, where like you get a win, but there's always some sort of critique, and that's the only critique that the Rangers really have the last 2 games. I mean, they should have won game 1. The refs took that off the board. They had 2-goal leads a few times in this series so far. Easily could be up 2-0. But I'll take a tie right now going into Pittsburgh or Schittsburg.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. It's a long series. It's playoff hockey. It's going to happen. I'm just happy I wasn't as anxious today.
Yeah. Listen, they set up a lot more scoring opportunities, better scoring opportunities from better chances from in front of the net, the hash marks from the crease. I mean, they got bodies in front. I think they did well in the offensive zone tonight. I think you're going to have those surges from Pittsburgh, but we absolutely limited them on their opportunities. And when they got a little hot and, when the ice was tilted towards our end of the ice, we kind of kept them in check a little bit, got the puck out of the zone pretty quickly. Pittsburgh icing the puck a lot, which just goes to show you we're wearing them out. We're putting, body on body. We're winning the battles in the corners, and they just have to kind of chuck the puck to the other end of the ice. And we did definitely see an uptick in offensive zone faceoffs to the Rangers, offensive zone faceoff wins for the Rangers, which is always huge, which is always something that's going to generate more scoring opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. And I think, this game, obviously, Crosby, he was a factor in this game. He was playing well. He almost had that 1 goal that tied the game.
Yeah.
That was scary. Shesterkin obviously played incredible again. It was scary at the end, though, with that. I mean, we already talked about the dirty hit, but when
100%.
One, it's like a dirty hit, but then you see him lay on the ice and you're just like, oh, fuck. That's like, those are our entire playoff chances.
Dude, I'm just sitting there like, all right, please be Hollywooding it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was hoping for. When he did get up, I thought that was amazing. Rangers need him. Sorry, I'm just tweeting this out so people could, follow us on Twitter. But, I mean, listen, my heart was racing One, because I was already pissed, and then two, who's on the ice, and I was like, oh God, please be okay.
Dude, and you know what? Ryan Reeves, again, going right after Malkin and all over him, dude. He was definitely off his game tonight, and that's what you need to do, especially with somebody like Malkin, who's a head case. I mean, he went right back to the bench, picked up that little tablet, and he was probably just looking over and over and over again at him just getting bodied and obliterated. And you love to see it, dude. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want to see it against Crosby, but Crosby does that floating around bullshit where he really doesn't get involved until the puck kind of coming to a stick. But you especially after that Carter play, you got to get in his face. Take a 2-minute penalty. Take a minor, penalty of, a roughing, anything. But get in his face. Get in his kitchen. Let him know, listen, dude, one more bullshit hit like that, we're going to try to hurt you.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that Lafreniere was the one that jumped in there and protected Igor. He took the roughing penalty after it.
Dude, he has been playing for a guy that's not getting on the score sheet in these 2 games. He's been playing excellent. He's one of those guys that even though the stat sheet's not going to show it, he is killing it out there. He's doing all the right things. He's getting involved in the plays. He's skating hard. He's giving the extra effort. And you know what? The goals are going to come. But because of the extra effort, he's going to generate more scoring opportunities for everybody else.
Yeah, he definitely is. And
he's wearing them out.
He is. Like I said, from game 1-2, that was a huge factor. The kid line playing extremely well, and they're continuing that into game 2. Like I said, I really only want to watch the third period in this game because I'm super busy with work and then getting home super late. But I know, just watching that third period though, and just knowing that coming into that third period, I was super anxious. 3-2.
Oh yeah.
And then they just blow it open, and that was just awesome to see. The Garden crowd's going crazy. Panarin puts one on the board. Yeah, and then Vetrano again. It was great.
That kid flies. Vetrano flies, man.
What flies through the ice?
Dude? Between him and Kopp, what excellent pickups by the Rangers. I
mean, really was.
Go ahead. Somebody try to talk shit about Chris Drury, thinking that he doesn't know the fucking game. Yeah. I mean, essentially right now, 2 games in, steals. But for what they did the last quarter of the season to now, and then 2 games into the playoffs, absolute highway robbery by us. We got game-changing players for little to no money. I mean, I was sitting there, right close to the deadline saying we need some kind of veteran presence. We need somebody that's going to come in, that's been there before, that can, get these young kids, in check and let them know what playoff hockey is all about. But it seems that young energy, that young excitement, it's just working for this team. Everybody's just going 100% all the time, and it's great to see. And again, they 3 periods straight, they kept that energy up. They were just going for it at all costs, and that's what you want to see. And again, I really think in the first game you saw that lackluster performance in the second period because the refs got a little too quick with the whistle.
Yeah, they did.
And you got to be careful of that. You don't want to keep putting yourself on the penalty kill. So I think the Rangers opened it up a little bit tonight. They kept the pressure going. They got some calls to finally go their way. Amazingly, they scored another one. I mean, what were they? 1 for 2 tonight? 1 for 3 tonight?
I gotta look it up. Give me a second.
No. So I think it might have been 1 for 4. But still, I mean, we went in. We were 2 for 2 at one point. 2 penalties called, 2 power play goals.
Yeah.
So and you know what? That's one of the things that have hurt the Rangers, especially going into the playoffs in years past. They can't score on the power play. They move the puck around too much. And to see Panarin holding down that point, creating space and just taking the puck to the net, that's where you get those quality scoring opportunities.
Yeah. They were 1 for 4 in the power play. So at least they got power play opportunities.
So 2 for 5. 2 for 5 in the series so far. That's great odds. That's great numbers.
Yeah, and I think if you really count the power play was at the end of that game because of the second hit, like they really weren't going for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you want to, technically it's 2 for 5, but more of like 2 for 4, which is 50%, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because they really weren't going for it at the end of that game. And it's weird seeing penalties called against the Penguins. It doesn't really happen that often.
Especially the game opened up again, another bullshit soft penalty, and then 2 no calls against the Penguins right away.
Yeah.
You had the slash from Malkin, and then what did Zibanejad took a stick up high in the face and no call. I mean, you could see his head snap back and everything, and the crowd goes nuts, and there's just nothing.
Yeah, the refs haven't been great so far this
No,
series.
awful.
But
Absolutely.
we knew
awful.
that. But we knew that coming into the series was going to be anytime the Penguins need a bailout, the refs will be there. They'll get away with some shit. Rangers get the fight. They get the fight both the Penguins and the refs, and we knew that.
But you know what? There's definitely a good chance, depending on how it goes Saturday night, and depending on what happens with Carter, this might turn into what the first game with Tampa Bay and Toronto was just okay. You know what? Now we're just throwing haymakers.
Yeah,
somebody's leaving bloody, and you know what? The Rangers have the size.
They do.
They easily have the size advantage. So, and a lot of the Pittsburgh players are older guys. So who knows if Malkin can take something, hard and heavy, get nasty up against the boards, and somebody drops the gloves, starts throwing. Malkin's a big guy, but I tell you right now, friggin' little Cindy Crosby definitely can't take it.
No.
Somebody's going to slap that little peach fuzz mustache off his face.
Well, I guess game 3, and I don't want to stay too long here because we want to do this quick, but game 3 thoughts? Any, except besides Carter and hitting hard?
I mean, we're going into the Igloo. I would love to get Lindgren back. I'm hoping he's back in the lineup. But it's good to get a win with him out of the lineup.
Yeah.
I think that could ease a little, bit of anxiety for Gallant. So if Lindgren does need another day to choose rest, I think you could definitely afford to give it to him. This is going to be a long series. It's going to be a grinded out. Every game is going to be a grinded out win. The Rangers opened up the floodgates late tonight, and the Garden faithful appreciated it. But you got to expect winning by maybe 1, if not 2 goals. It's going to be just a battle the entire way through. But I think the Rangers are up to the challenge. I think the Rangers are going to have the stamina and the energy, especially because they're a lot younger than the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think they have a better ability to skate downhill than the Penguins, especially when we're banging bodies because we have the size advantage. So if we can wear them out and keep the pressure this way, keep the battle up against the boards, keep throwing those big body checks hard, I think we can definitely keep generating scoring opportunities by wearing them out and winning those battles up against the board.
Yeah, to me. And
so I mean, game 3, my one thing is the question mark of Lindgren, but it's just keep the same energy, keep the same game plan, dump it in, chase it hard.
Yeah, and win 1 game at Pittsburgh, get back home ice, and then take it from there. So
and honestly, I love what Gallant's doing. You will never see in a playoff series the fourth line get so much action like the Rangers are throwing the fourth line out there right now.
Yeah,
and the fourth line is just building that energy. They're going out there usually in a playoff type of situation. The fourth line is seen as kind of a detriment, the line that's going to get scored on. And Gallant's sending them out there like, no, go do your job. Yeah. Let's go. Bang some bodies, move the puck in deep, and they're doing a great job in the offensive zone. They're keeping the puck in deep. You're not going to have the razzle-dazzle guys. You're not going to have, you don't have the Panarins and the Zibanejads and the Kreiders out there on the ice to be playmakers, but they're keeping the puck in the offensive zone, and that's exactly what you want to see from your fourth line, especially with the presence of Reeves out there, just going out there and scaring the shit out of people.
He really is, though.
He's just out there smiling.
He's just having fun.
Just like the refs talking to him like, the refs like, Reeves, there's like a minute left. Don't do anything stupid. And he's just smiling like, I'll kill all of you. Yeah.
He really was.
He just knows. He's like, honestly, dude, I'll kill everybody out here.
As soon as Shesterkin got hit, I said to my wife, was watching, she's like, why the fuck did he do that? My wife, she's watching. She's like, it's just like, even she's saying, she doesn't watch hockey often, but she's saying how much of a shitty hit it was. And then I'm like, don't worry, Revo's coming out. Revo's coming out. He's going to beat the shit out of that guy. Let's go. It's over. It's over. I was like, I don't care if there's 2 minutes left. He's going to beat the shit out of that guy right now. But we'll see. Maybe with game 3, we'll see some sparks fly. Maybe he'll get a dancing partner. I know earlier on the season he was complaining no one wanted to dance with him, but I think we're gonna get a dance soon at Revo.
They're gonna get a taste of one of the big boys.
Yeah, hell yeah, they are. All right, well, TJ, that's it for us right here at this immediate reaction. Hopefully, we'll come again after game 3. Hopefully, on the game 3 victory reaction video. And listen, we're not sore losers. We would have done game 1. Even after that loss, but the problem was,
we all had to wake up for work in like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was really late. It was midnight. We were already mad about it, but we would have came on. So I don't want to hear any more of that sore loser bullshit about us. But
who cares? Talk as much shit as you want. I don't give a fuck. Tweet at me, call the line, tell me I suck. Tell me New York City sucks and Pittsburgh's awesome. I'll just laugh at you because we both know it's not true.
All right, well, TJ, we'll see you later.
Rook, have a good night.
Anyone who's watching, if you guys haven't listened to our podcast, check it out. Available for a podcast everywhere podcasts are available. We're going to be doing immediate reaction videos throughout the Rangers playoffs run. And then we have a weekly show released. We do it live every Wednesday, and they release it on our podcast feed every Thursday morning. And then we have other podcasts we do as well. We're starting to do some wrestling stuff, some TV stuff, some movie review stuff. So keep following us, the Scoreboard Addicts Podcast on Twitter. We'll Score Addicts Podcast on Twitter. That's my Twitter handle there at the Rook 22. TJ's at TJ Needs a Beer, which hopefully TJ has a beer right now because there's a big victory, big win.
Absolutely. The sweet taste of victory comes
Definitely.
Carbonated. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And for the first time this postseason, the boys are buzzing. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you later.
Good night.
Welcome to Rangers hockey at Madison Square Garden.